Hi guys, it's Joey, and today's video is based around a request I received. And the request was for spell work to do with self-acceptance, body image, weight loss and those sorts of things. And I meant to get around to this a little bit quicker, but I've not been well and I'm still not great, so that's why you have some pretty crystals to look at while I talk instead of slightly under the weather me. And I was musing around this last night, and I thought what would actually make more sense is for me to do a little bit of a mini-series on this, because it's not a straightforward thing. So it's something I understand all too well, is the loss of self-confidence, the loss of self-respect even, to do with weight gain. And weight gain is often triggered by a whole host of different things, some of them physical and easily rectified, and some of them not easily rectified. And whenever people say, oh, just stop eating, or stop eating crap, or just exercise more, I think it's the kind of really dismissive and unpleasant attitude that I've come across. And I've come across it in other realms as well, like telling someone with depression to just get over it. And it's not helpful, and it's sort of disrespectful, and it's hurtful, and it often makes things worse. And there is no one spell to fix this problem, because if it did, I would be tip-top shape and never having any problems. And I was thinking about this, about body image, spell work, weight loss, and how we feel about ourselves. And I was thinking there are so many different ways of attributing this, and I was thinking about it being in terms of realms, and I absolutely think that it's in the realm of the mind, the realm of emotion, which I will separate from the realm of the mind, and the realm of the physical body. All of which can be singularly responsible for weight gain and loss of self-respect, self-confidence, or they can work in conjunction, which is when it's more problematic. There is, like I said, there is no one spell that will just fix it, just the same way there is no one pill that will just fix your problem. So I was thinking along these lines, and I thought I would discuss what I mean by the realms of the mind, realms of emotion, and realms of the body. And then I will go forward and do different mental exercises, spiritual exercises, probably not physical exercises, because I'm not, confident in my ability to share that, because I'm still struggling with that myself. But in the realms of the mind, what do we mean by realm of the mind with regards to, weight gain and loss of self-confidence? I think in the realm of the mind, it's what we do to ourselves and what we think is acceptable and what we think we should be doing and what we think we should look like. And often we have a very logical perspective that this shouldn't be happening. Either I've lost weight before, I should be able to do it again, and you approach things with a very rational, logical frame of mind, which is very unforgiving. And because it's so unforgiving, it often leads to more problems within the other areas. You're basically being so unforgiving, so hard on yourself, that your emotions end up caving in because you're not taking care of yourself in that realm, which means it just has a sort of domino effect and doesn't help you any. There's also this sort of negative stereotype that we have in our mind, that we see and we sort of accept within our logical minds as if it's normal. And we all see, the stereotypical skinny supermodels, and we think this is rational and normal for some reason. It's become normalised and desirable within our society to be a size 0 or whatever. And despite complaints and people saying, this is nonsense, the overall consensus within society is that that's what's acceptable of female body image in particular. I can't speak for male body image. I'm guessing that would be your pumped up, overly muscular type. I can talk more for female because I am a female and I've had this problem myself, so forgive me if this has a slightly more feminine slant. And we allow that to become part of our mental consciousness, like that's what we should be striving towards, even if we don't think we are. Even if we say, you know, oh, that's not reasonable. Somewhere in our minds, because we are so bombarded by the media and all the rest of it, it becomes sort of like the norm in our heads that this logical, it becomes like an illogical logic. It doesn't really make sense, but that's in our minds, so ingrained, so brainwashed in there, that we think that that's what's desirable. And that quite frequently, if not all the time, is a really unrealistic goal. A lot of the people that are that thin are not healthy. There may be those that are and those that are naturally thin, and I understand that because my middle sister was before she had babies anyway, was very slim naturally and used to get grief about it. And I'm not digging into those who are naturally slim or whatever. I'm saying that when you see people on the catwalk with their bones showing, it's very unlikely that that's natural, and to say that that's the only way for women to be beautiful is problematic to say the least. It's filling girls' and women's heads with unhealthy body images for themselves, and that we should all conform to look like one thing is even less healthy. So in terms of realm of the mind, there has to be work, meditation and spell work maybe, and other bits and pieces done to help heal that negative image that we hold within ourselves, within our heads, to help us on the roads of getting back, of healing, of feeling better about ourselves. In the realm of the emotion is often personal experiences, memories, all associated with weight gain, or indeed, you know, overt weight loss, or you could even attribute this to other behaviours, but we are focusing primarily on weight gain here because that was requested, and I understand because I'm going through it myself, trying to get healthy again. So the realm of the emotion is probably, in my opinion, the most difficult to actually deal with, because emotions aren't necessarily rational. I comfort you, and that is definitely an emotional response to something, and I feel better for a little while and then feel guilty afterwards, so it actually becomes a really negative emotional cycle. It's often if we've had bad experiences in our lives that have tied to body image, which most of us have. Most of us can remember incidents where somebody along the line has said something nasty to us about our body image. I remember being called fat on numerous occasions growing up, even when I wasn't. And it's such an unpleasant bullying that it sort of stays with you. And it becomes very, very difficult to overcome those emotions. And that's possibly the most difficult thing, to retrain yourself to feel differently when it comes to how you feel about yourself, how you feel about memories that are throwing up problems with body image and self-confidence, how to sort of rework those things. And I think all of these are going to be, for a lot of us, daily type activities that we have to just take 5 minutes for ourselves. And for anybody thinking, I can't be bothered with a daily activity for myself, you have to stop and think how much you really want to change your habits, your eating habits, your weight gain, and how you feel about yourself. You deserve to take a little time to yourself every day to try and help yourself. And finally, the realm of the body. The realm of the body's to do with physical exercise, how you feel yucky or sick when you first start out doing exercise. In my case, I have back problems. It's to do with when someone threw me into a wall when I was dating the wrong man when I was in my teens. And ever since then, I've had serious back problems. I did a load of vacuuming yesterday and my back went, which stopped me going on the walk I had planned. I did go on the walk I had planned in the evening, but that is the realm of the body being problematic. And thinking on a spiritual level, can you do something about that? Yes, of course. You can incorporate forms of healing magic into your spell work for your body to help heal yourself from a physical level, from the damage you have done to yourself on whatever level, whether it be through overeating. You know, I want to heal my body and to the point where it's working better so it can help me lose weight. I want to take some magical concoction into the bath with me which will help soothe my back, soothe my muscles, and help me just to gradually build up on the exercise that I can do. And then of course physical things that you can do in the realm of the body, even if it's just moving around more than you would normally without spending excess money on going to the gym or whatever, which I cannot afford to do personally, so everything I do has to be free. So I have a few different ideas on things that we can do, and I'm going to actually make a separate video for each. I'm going to go away and write through everything now, but this is going to be the introduction video. I'm going to discuss every realm by itself, but I wanted to get this introduction video out so A, that I've responded to the request, because I've been, like I said, I've been unwell and I've been meaning to get this done, and B, because I want it to be an introduction to the other little mini-series that I think is really important. And it's important for me on a personal level as well, because this is something that I understand, that I'm going through, and if I can help others whilst I help myself with this, I think that's worth trying. So that's going to be it for this introduction video, and just discussing some ideas. So many blessings.